Hi, Women in Econ. I'm Rebecca Amadeo, and I'm new to the group. I'm a senior in my undergrad for an economics degree, and this is my last term. I'm super excited. I would love some help addressing some sexism that came up in my classroom yesterday that has been just bothering me more and more, quite honestly. I thought I would take some time afterwards to just, calm down and maybe write the teacher about what had happened. But really, I'm getting so much more upset and nervous, and I don't know how to handle it. So this class in question is a seminar class, a senior level class that is called Careers in Economics and is supposed to prepare us for moving on from our undergrad studies. The first thing the teacher had us do was take a strong inventory assessment, and then yesterday we were to review our results together as a class. Me and my classmates didn't have access to our results until the teacher gave them back to us. So we were going over those, and the teacher kept reiterating before he handed the scores back to not compare careers as better or worse than each other, to look at them as kind of job blocks, and just all this stuff about not comparing between the results that each student had, just looking each of us at our own and looking how we compared to these control groups that we were being assessed against. Anyway, then we're going over our results. The teacher is asking anyone to ask questions if they don't know what a certain career is, or if they find something particularly striking in their profile that they just weren't expecting. And when most of the questions died down, a classmate, we'll just call him classmate A, classmate A asks, "What's a cosmetologist?" And by his tone, I think he knows what a cosmetologist is. Also, I've had classes with classmate A before. We have a plenty fine working relationship, but I have also noticed some sexist stuff come out of this person's mouth and things that I don't super appreciate that. But we've been students next to each other at desks before, and we trade notes when one of us is ill or has to miss class. We have a working relationship as far as that goes. But I was really disappointed that he said that. He's 39. That's self-report. He said that to me last term. So, he's a grown man, and I think he knows what a cosmetologist is. The teacher, who said he's in his 40s, says, "Oh, it's stuff that has to do with skin and makeup," and just having a really negative tone, mocking, and student A says, "That's a career," and scoffs, and the teacher not only matches, but one-ups the tone of derision and saying, "Well, maybe in LA or something." And I was just so upset. It's these two guys, late 30s, late 40s guy. I'm in my early mid-30s, and everyone else in the class appears to be mid to low 20s. And it was so upsetting to me that they were deriding this entire career because it's associated with femininity. However, in business and marketing, or even in decision science, I think as economists we should know that we can assess how different changes in a person's look can help sell an idea or a product. It's not just some lazy, vain housewives who are trying to be someone trying to be a trophy wife who goes to see a cosmetologist. I'm afraid of using makeup. I have a long history with being, abused with my prettiness, or like trying to be pretty more accurately, as like an excuse for why I was being hurt. And I'm afraid to do that. But I know that with the way the world is, that when I go to big interviews or, important things for my career, I'm going to call my dear friend who I train with at the gym, and she is a cosmetologist, and I'm going to ask her to help me do what I need to do to mitigate the negative effects of misogyny, when I go to get a job. I was just really upset that these two older guys, who are both have both been very vocal about their military service. They're both honorably discharged for disabilities. One is at 50%, the other is at 100. And I just didn't want to be in the middle of this yah-ha-ha old white guy military talk crap about stuff we associate with femininity stuff. I'm not sitting there. They also both have histories with religious stuff as a career. The teacher used to be a pastor and has mentioned that several times. I don't interrupt class to, talk about how I think that he's just capitalizing on people's fear of punishment and, exploiting them through like shame tactics to make his living. I'm not talking about that. I think See, this is where I'm getting very upset. I want to know how to approach the teacher, talk to him about how his behavior was problematic. I even said in class, I objected as soon as he said maybe in LA, and I said, hey, not just in LA, all over the place. Here in Eugene, people have careers as cosmetologists. We all have skin, everywhere people have skin. And I think that at first people were thinking I was saying like men and women both have skin, both men and women use cosmetologists equally. But I'm just meaning that as a woman who does not live in LA, are you saying that I cannot have access to like the things I need to compete in the professional world? No. That's just, it's not acceptable to me. And I know that talking like this is not going to be very helpful with my teacher. So I love any guidance you have for me. Thanks.